If you want to see GM Connected in NHL 21, hit that like button right now. And also, if you're new here and you're enjoying the NHL 21 videos, don't forget to subscribe.
Quick blast! No chance!
What's going on, guys? Bacon here, and today we're talking about NHL 21. More specifically, we're talking about the new game mode, GM Connected. That's right. Now, I put emphasis on new because if you don't know, GM Connected was actually in the NHL franchise back in NHL 13. It's been 7-8 years by the time NHL 21 comes out. And it's time to bring it back. We need to bring back one of those features that used to be in the game and call it the all-new GM Connected mode, because they need something to sell games, right? So we've got, every year they focus on something, whether it's pond hockey, whether it's ones, whether it's the mascot game mode. How's everybody doing in the mascot game mode? Did anybody finish that?
No,
Not
a chance.
Bro. Yeah, right. My vote is, as far as new game modes go, we're done with the mascot ones. We're good with the ones eliminator. Let's cater to the more loyal crowd. The hardcore. The people that are commenting on Reddit. The people that are commenting on Twitter. The people that are sticking with the game past 1-2 weeks in, right? That is the GM Connected crowd. Those are the people wanting GM Connected and been talking about it. And I just dunked on this guy and see out of here. This has been full domination. 5 shots to 0 shots. I thought he was gone. I actually got a couple coins for some reason, but he's sticking around. I wish GM Connected would have stuck around, but it didn't. You know what's funny about it coming out in NHL 13? Because the new consoles came out right after that game. But the funny thing was, NHL didn't come to new consoles for another year. So PlayStation 4 came out, and we all thought that NHL 14 would have been on PlayStation 4, but it turns out it wasn't. NHL was at least a year behind. So we got another year on old consoles, and people will still tell you to this day, the best NHL game was probably NHL 14. And at the time, I was criticizing, I said, look, you got to keep up with the times, right? You got to keep up, EA. But anyways, people will still say to this day that NHL 14 was probably the best game they had, and it took NHL a while to catch up. NHL 15 had bare bones, almost nothing, right? NHL 15 had as many game modes as this guy has shots against. NHL 15 had as many game modes as the Leafs have cups in the last 50 years. NHL 15 was in quarantine because you couldn't play with your friends. So my theory is, I think EA is going to do it. I think EA is going to bring back GM Connected because it lines up with the time frame. It lines up. We got new consoles coming out. It's going to be 1 year before. They're going to be 1 year late. Everybody said, no, they won't do that again. Are you sure? Because, I mean, what is Frostbite? Do you do Frostbite on this console or next console? Or where do you go with it? If they do that, are they going to want to do Frostbite and then go to the next console and then be a year late again? Like, how's this going to work? Small dev team, right? I don't know what's going to happen, but I feel like they need something to keep the loyal fan base around, the hardcores. You got to keep them around. You can't turn that puck over in your own end, bro. You get sniped. Braden Point starts freaking out in the net. Still, rather than fall down, like you run into the net, but rather than fall down, you'd rather have him do that little flying thing every time. It doesn't matter to me, but I mean, it looks weird. He would just fall down in real life, though. But anyway, I actually think it's going to be in the game. It's the highest demand item. That was the cleanest one-timer I've ever seen, and EA usually listens when it's the highest demand item. Look at it. It was so clean, I had to show it twice. You see that? And that's why I'm saying this twice. We got to hammer it home to EA. We want GM Connected. I mentioned it last video, which had over 3,000 likes in 1 week. Thank you very much for the support. But we got to hammer it home. Just like we always used to. I'm going to break it down. I'm not sure if I should, because we don't want EA doing any funny tricks before NHL 21. We back? Eh? Are we back? I think this community is actually ready for GM Connected now. I'm going to say in NHL 13, they probably said not that many people finished seasons. Not that many people were still playing after a while. I don't think the community was in the same spot. I think social media is used way better now, and it would work perfect for GM Connect. People would be setting up leagues through YouTube or Twitter, Reddit, forums, Pornhub comments. We're in a much different spot than we were in NHL 13. I think it would be a completely different scene, and I think people would actually play the game mode. I think it would be a lot better use of your time, and that would actually help you sell more games than putting out another mascot mode. I'm telling you, it's time to listen to
the bacon, the bacon, the bacon, the bacon, the bacon, the bacon, the bacon.
As we cue the music twice in one game, it's time to bring back some of the classics to the NHL franchise, and that starts with GM Connected. It's time to bring it back. Let the people have what they want.
Yeah.
You told them
Don't forget menus.
If the past is any prediction of the future, we are in for some of the best years of the NHL franchise. NHL 13, NHL 14, and then we got into new consoles, and it took a while. It took a little bit. But so I'm actually excited. I'm excited to see what they have. The end of a console. This should be as finely tuned as it can possibly get. That's the way it seemed to go last time. Why should it be any different now? This should be the best possible years, and I think it's got to be with great game modes. You got to have the best features with the best gameplay. That's what has to happen. And I think you got it, EA. I think this is your year. I think you can do it. 13-1 after the second period. This guy's had enough. We've had enough. Had enough mascot mode too. If you support this video and want to see GM Connected in NHL 21, be sure to hit that like button for me. Hopefully you guys like this video. Subscribe if you're new, by the way. We'll see you guys soon.